Hello and welcome back to Shulchan HaRav. We continue in Hilchos Brochos HaShachar, Siman Nun Hey. We pick it up with Sif Chaf Gimel. Ir she'ein bo el asara. If there's a city that all they have are 10 men, that's it. That's all they have. The Echmahem writes lotzes b'yom ha'noroim, and one of them wants to leave town for Yom HaNoroim, for Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur. Kaivan Haisel Lishar. They force him either that he has to stay because they need him for the minyan, or he has to hire somebody to take his place while he's gone so that he still have a minyan. Since the minig is in all areas of the diaspora, that even a city that doesn't have a minyan all year, that they hire somebody, one or two people, they hire somebody to be their part of their minyan, or they all leave town to go to a place where there's a minyan. It's just like a sefer torah, basic knesses or a shul, that the people force each other to be responsible to get a sefer torah or to build a shul. That's the same thing. So there's a minyan that they need a minyan in the city. That same thing. You can force people to either hire somebody or they have to stay. If there are 11 people in the city, then one person can leave. We don't have to worry in the kavav that someone in the 10, the mini mitzvahs, there's exactly 10 people left in the city, and now someone might have to use their facilities during the davening. We don't have to worry about that. And then people are going to have to wait for him to come back because now there's only 9. No, because Sheim Kain ain't the davar safe. There'd be no end to such a situation. You're always going to be worried, well, maybe he's got to do this. Maybe you got to have another person for this. It's fine. So if there's 11 people, you can leave and leave the 10 on their own. The Im Beis writes in Lotzes, but if there are 2 people in a town where there's 11 men, and 2 of them want to leave town, then the 2 people who are both leaving have to together hire somebody to take their place, right? So there'll be 10, right? The Lahashim minyan to complete the minyan. Bimkom in their place, both of them yifru b'shaveh. Each of them pay an equal amount. I feel echad ani v'echad acher. Even if one of them is poor and one of them is rich, they're going to divide the cost equally. Kivin shekol echad chayv lahashim minyan. Because they're both equally obligated to make sure there's a minyan. The poor is just like the rich in that regard. It's not like a city obligation, like we talked about earlier, where there's some of the money is split equally and some of the money is split based on what you can afford. Here, that's not the case. If there's only 8 or 9 men in this city, and they hire somebody to complete their minyan all the time, they hire 1 or 2 people to complete their minyan, then they divide this differently. It's half of the money that they're going to pay is divided equally, and half of the money that they're going to pay is divided based on what people can afford. Because there's a logical reason to say that the poor person is obligated to make sure there's a minyan. He's equally obligated, just like the rich person is. But where there's also a logical argument to say that the poor person could leave and go to a city that's nearby where there is a minyan, and the rich person is not actually able to just up and leave all his stuff in this city. And therefore, we make this compromise that half the money is split equally and half the money is split based on what people can afford. That's unlike the case minyan sholem. That's not the case when there is a full minyan in the city already. Nobody's allowed to just leave and nullify this minyan. Even if he's going to a city where there is a minyan, he can't just leave his own city without a minyan. Have a great day.